Most people think it's super expensive to book a cruise in the middle of summer. Not this year. Something is happening in the cruising industry and prices are continuing to drop in 2026. I'm going to show you 11 deals everywhere from the Caribbean to Alaska to Europe with prices so low I haven't seen them since COVID times. And 2 of these cruises are on Royal Caribbean mega ships. I'm Gary with Optimal Cruising, giving you the cruise insider information you need to avoid mistakes, save money, and protect yourself so that you can have your best cruise ever. Now let's get into these deals. Let's start off with the Norwegian Breakaway. Now this is a cruise leaving out of Boston, which is great for anybody who lives in the New England or New York area because you can drive right to the port. This is a 7-night cruise for $449 per person. This cruise departs on June 21st, and it's an interesting itinerary. It stops in Halifax, and then it spends 2 days in Bermuda before heading back home. You are going to get 3 sea days on this cruise, so if you like sea days, it's a great cruise. And hey, if you take advantage of that free at sea program that Norwegian offers, that's perfect for the sea days, and then you're going to have 3 nice port days. I have put direct links for every one of these cruises in the description of this video. So click on the link in my description and you can get more information and check out all the details and prices for these specific cruises. Here I have a 7-night cruise on the Regal Princess to the Caribbean from Fort Lauderdale, Florida for only $599 per person. This is an unheard of price on Princess in the middle of summer, departing on August 8th for 1 week. You're going to hit Roatan, you're going to hit Cozumel and Belize. And while that $599 is for the interior cabin, for only a couple $100 more, you can upgrade into a balcony for $751 per person. $751 per person for a balcony on Princess. Last year, you couldn't find that price for an interior cabin on Princess Cruise Lines anywhere in the summer. Sticking with the Princess theme, I have an Alaska cruise on the Grand Princess, another 7-night cruise for $594 per person. Now this cruise departs from Whittier, which is essentially Anchorage, that would be your starting point, on June 20th and ends up in Vancouver 7 days later. Sticking with the Alaska theme, you can also do it on the Norwegian Jade for only $419 per person. Now this one does the opposite route. You'll start off in Vancouver and end up in Anchorage where you'll fly home from, but it's an awesome trip for an incredible price. This cruise for that price departs June 29th, which means you're essentially there for the first week of July, which is one of the best times to see Alaska because you're getting the preferred weather. It's also early enough in the season where you're still seeing a lot of the wildlife, where towards the end of the season, that peters off a little bit. And honestly, last year I could not find any Alaska cruises in the summertime that were under $700 per person. Every single cruise that I am mentioning here has a direct link for more information in my description so that you can investigate it further. However, if you want to stay in the warmer waters and the warmer weather, I have a 5-night cruise here on the Carnival Elation. Now this one leaves out of Jacksonville, Florida, which is nice for a lot of people. If you live in the Atlanta area or anywhere in Georgia, it's pretty easy to drive down there. And you could take a 5-night cruise for $328 per person. You're going to hit the Bahamas and you're going to hit Celebration Key, which is the new private beach club that Carnival opened last year. This trip is worth it just to see Celebration Key. It is incredible what they have done with this place, and it's on Grand Bahama Island, so if you want to do some exploring there, you can actually do that, but once you see Celebration Key, you probably won't want to leave. Now, for anybody living on the West Coast or willing to fly into Los Angeles, Carnival also has a great deal for an 8-night cruise at $548 per person, which is going to take you down to the Mexican Riviera. This cruise is on the Carnival Panorama, leaving August 15th, and they also do have a balcony option, which is in the $900 range. It's not too bad for the middle of summer. And these are just examples of what you can find this summer. If you're interested in a getaway this summer on a cruise ship, it's a great time to look. Do your own search. I'm sure you'll find some things that you weren't expecting. For example, there is a killer price on the Carnival Freedom out of Port Canaveral, Florida on August 18th for a transatlantic cruise that's ending up in Barcelona. This is a 14-night cruise for $671 per person. That's a price you'd usually be lucky to get in the summertime for a 7-night cruise. And it's interesting to me that with this transatlantic cruise, it's in an off time. Usually these happen in the springtime when the weather's cool. This is happening in August when you're likely to have some very nice warm weather for the entire sailing and the entire crossing. And then when you get to those ports that you're going to stop at before the end in Europe, mainly Spanish ports, the weather's going to be great. The beaches are going to be great. You're going to have an awesome experience. And this is an opportunity you don't get every year. Going back to Alaska, I have a very interesting find here, which is a cruise on the Queen Elizabeth, which is a ship operated by Cunard, which is a UK brand. And they're doing a 9-night Alaska cruise, which is round trip. So it starts and ends from Seattle. And they're offering this 9-night cruise in Alaska for $717 per person. Now, this cruise leaves on June 22nd, but if you miss that date or you need some other dates, check out their sailings. Cunard usually charges more than the American lines, but their prices are being cut as well. If you're interested in any of these deals, I have a link in my description directly to each one of these so that you can get more information and find out whatever you need to know about them. Or if you're interested in signing up for our email list, which is updated with the best cruise deals you can book right now, just comment deals or click on the deals link in our description. Going back to the Caribbean, I found that the MSC Seascape sailing out of Galveston has incredible deals all summer. This is an example of one of the best ones, but they all seem to be in that range of $400 to $500 per person. This cruise out of Galveston, Texas hits the Western Caribbean, so you're going to hit Mexican ports like Costa Maya and Cozumel, and then you're going to go further south and hit Belize. And if you'd like to check out any other dates, you can find them in the link because this price was consistent throughout the entire summer. Next, I'm going to get to the 2 mega ship summer deals I just could not believe. But first, if you would take a minute and hit that like button, subscribe to our channel. It helps us grow and will continue bringing you cruising content. And even Royal Caribbean is not immune from this price cutting. Here they are offering a sailing on Allure of the Seas for under $1,000 in the middle of summer. That's unheard of. This particular sailing leaves August 2nd, and it's $863 per person to be on one of their big mega ships. And this sailing is a 6-night sailing, but it does hit the Caribbean and the Bahamas. It includes stops in their private island Coco Cay, Nassau, and also Jamaica. And I noticed too, for a small upgrade in price, you can actually get a balcony cabin on this ship for under $1,100. The price is right around $1,077 for a balcony cabin in the beginning of August. And this deal is just too good to be true. Royal Caribbean's Harmony of the Seas is offering a transatlantic cruise, a 13-night cruise, departing Barcelona, Spain, and ending up in Port Canaveral, Florida, for under $1,100 per person. That's well under $100 per night to be on a huge mega ship. This cruise departs July 26th, and it is 13 nights, which means you have about a week of sea days, which is great for exploring a mega ship with all there is to do on board. This isn't your typical transatlantic sailing on a ship with a theater, maybe an ice rink, and not a whole lot else to do. This ship has it all, and it's the perfect way to explore it, not to mention that the weather this time of year is going to be superb for that transatlantic crossing. In fact, if I could get the time away, I would book this one myself. I expect to see even more prices drop as we go forward. So Whatever your favorite cruise line is, keep monitoring their site and checking what they're doing with their pricing. Or use the link in my description for Cruise Direct, which is a cruise brokerage agency, and they have all the cruise lines in one place. Now that you're ready to take your next cruise, there are some things you're going to want to do once you step on board to protect your wallet. I'll tell you all about that right here.